Hey guys, welcome to my series on law of taxation. This is Ganesh Pujari, and in one of my previous classes, while explaining the advantages of GST, I told GST has replaced as many as 29 other indirect taxes like sales tax, excise tax, VAT or the entertainment tax, luxury tax, octroi or entry tax and many other taxes. But while studying GST also, we keep hearing few terms like CGST, STST, UTGST, IGST. Now, what are these terms? Because the GST is going to take over almost 90 to 95% of the indirect taxes except for the customs, which is still an independent act, and the electricity, fuel and liquor, which is out of GST. Most of the other indirect taxes directly taken over by GST. So it becomes very necessary for anyone to learn GST in depth. So what I thought is I will give basic concept clarification as far as CGST, STST, UTGST and IGST are concerned. Before I get into any of them, first let us try understand what is GST. In India, we have two types of taxes, direct taxes and indirect taxes. As far as direct taxes are concerned, we are quite structured. We have income tax, we have gift tax, we have wealth tax, all of them are quite structured. Whereas when it comes to indirect taxes, we were not that structured till the year 2017. We were structured, but there were many laws like state laws and central laws. Now you need to remember that taxing is the right of both central and state. It is distributed between them. So whatever happens there should be concurrence available between them. So sales had different taxes like sales tax, VAT tax, entertainment tax, the octroi or entry tax and other stuff, whereas central had central excise duty, additional excise duty, service tax, etc. And one had to register under so many laws like VAT, CST, service tax, excise duty, etc. Now it was becoming too cumbersome, so as we are one big nation, we wanted to go for one tax. So the concept of one nation one tax started coming in with the thinking way of GST from year 2000, and we took good 17 years before implementing it. So this one indirect tax method almost covers the 90 to 95% of indirect taxes. When I say 90 to 95%, because there are still custom act is available when it comes to import and export, and we have kept few things away from GST like the liquor, the fuel and the electricity. Now all the other aspects when it comes to goods and services we have covered under GST. Now under GST we have four major concepts, that is CGST, SGST, UTGST and IGST, which I am going to explain one by one. And before that, you can remember few of the GST rates, like for agricultural product it is 0%, for jewelry it is 3%, for the mass consumption items it is 5%, and standard rate of GST in India for many of the goods and services is 12 to 18%, either 12% or 18%, and whatever rated drinks, tobacco and luxury goods are available, for them it is 28%. These are the five important rates that you can remember. Rather 4, 5%, 12%, 18% and 28%, and 0% for agriculture and jewelry. They are the mean items you can remember or forget it. But these are the important GST rates in India as of now. Now with that, I am moving to these four concepts one by one. When I said I'm going to cover the concepts one by one, you might have thought that I'm going to have four different slides. No, I am covering three important concepts in this particular slide and one concept in my next slide. What are the three concepts that I am going to cover in this slide? That is CGST, SGST and UTGST. Why I am covering them together? Because they need to be learned together. Now what is GST? GST is Goods and Services Tax. Now CGST is Central GST, SGST is State GST and UTGST is Union Territory GST. Now to understand these three concepts, I will bring one example so that I can clarify all your doubts. The example is, imagine a good is manufactured in Karnataka and sold in Karnataka. So both the production as well as selling happened in Karnataka. That is one important aspect you need to remember, and I will throw some extra light on that aspect in my next slide. So in this example, both production and selling of that particular good happened in Karnataka. Okay, and the GST applicable for that particular good is 18%. Now after selling of that goods, tax will be applicable if it is 10,000 rupees worth goods, then 18% of tax, which is my example for this particular case, if it is 18% tax, then it will be 1,800 rupees tax, in which 9% will go to the central and 9% will go to the state. That means 50% each out of 18%, that is 9%, which is 900 rupees, which will go to the central government, which will be known as CGST, and the remaining 9% will go to Karnataka state, which is known as state GST, which is of 900 rupees. Now both of them are sharing 900 rupees each out of this 18%. If it is 12%, then both of them will share 6% each. If it is 28%, then both of them will share 14% each, and if it is 18%, as I said, it will be 9% each. So that is how the sharing between central and state happens. If the same product is produced in Lakshadweep and sold in Lakshadweep, in that case 9% will go to the central government and the remaining 9% will go to the Union Territory Lakshadweep. That 9% is known as UTGST, Union Territory GST. I hope that's very clear. When a particular good is manufactured in a particular state and sold in the same state, in that case the 9% or the 50% of that entire GST will go to the central and 50% will go to the state. Or if it is produced and sold in a particular union territory, then 50% of the GST will go to the central and the remaining 50% of that GST will go to the union territory. That's all you need to remember. The biggest thing that you need to remember in this entire case is the goods which we are discussing is produced and sold in a particular state or a particular union territory. What if it is not? That is exactly when we need to learn IGST, which is my next slide. While studying any subject, we feel few are easy and few are difficult. And when we are studying GST, most of the people think that the CGST, SGST and UTGST concept is very easy, whereas IGST is quite tricky. If you ask me, no. IGST is as easy as CGST, SGST or UTGST. Now in another 3 minutes, I am going to clarify all your doubts on IGST. Before we getting into IGST, that is integrated GST, we need to understand the background for this. Before GST, we had different state laws for indirect taxes along with central laws which is applicable for the entire nation. Now it was not one nation, one tax. It was like every different states had their own different indirect taxes method and then central had its own central laws. Now it was very difficult to apply all of them all the time. Manufacturers had to learn all the tax laws. They were like Gyan Pandits of taxes. So then came one nation, one tax thinking. But the biggest challenge was the earlier taxes were manufacturing based taxes. Like for example, if Karnataka is producing something, Karnataka would have got all the benefit of taxes, whereas the GST came with one big different aspect, that it is not manufacturing oriented tax, but it is a destination oriented tax. That means here it doesn't matter that who is manufacturing the goods. It matters that where the goods is sold. Now, while giving my previous example on CGST, SGST and UTGST, I very clearly told the goods is produced in Karnataka and sold in Karnataka, or the good is produced in Lakshadweep and sold in Lakshadweep. So I was giving example for state and union territory, but my case was very clear. Both manufacturing and selling has happened in the same state. In that case, we are very clear. The 50% of the tax will go to central and 50% remains with the state. However, in IGST what happens, I'll give an example. The goods is produced in Karnataka, but the product is sold in Orissa. So what happens here? The central will levy the tax which is known as IGST, integrated GST, and out of that 18%, if it is 18%, 9% tax will be going to the central government and the remaining 9% will stay with the Orissa government. Remember, it is not Karnataka government. Here, that is the change. It doesn't matter that where is the goods manufactured. It matters where is the good sold. That is, destination of the good is very important. So whatever is the percentage of GST applicable for that particular goods, the 50% of the tax will go to the central and 50% will remain with the state which has sold it, or union territory which has sold it. So that is what IGST. Here the tax is collected by the central government but then given back to the state which has sold it. So the 50% will go to that particular government. Hope you understand that. So here the cry from Karnataka would be, we have manufactured all of them using our own resources and other stuff, but finally we are not getting anything. No, we are getting employment. That is how we have to see the economy. When you get employment, people will get power to buy and they will buy the goods from other states also, so that your government earns because of selling it. So that's how the destination works. Now when GST was introduced, I said Assam was the first state to sign it, because in Assam it is not a manufacturing based state, but people are consuming there. But how much are they consuming? Because they don't have too much of industries, they don't have too much of consuming capacity also. So you need to remember that one economy where the economy is strong. For example, if Karnataka is a strong base for manufacturing, our economy will be definitely good and we will definitely buy the goods which are manufactured in other states also. That is how our government will earn money. That is how you have to see for your individual state. If you are still watching, please watch this extra 1 minute. I'm going to tell something very interesting. Now, I'm very happy that I'm concluding this video, because while making this video, I have to say these 4 terms repeatedly. That is CGST, SGST, UTGST and IGST. Now you see me, right? My all fans are working like I cannot miss anything. I have to spell them very clearly. Most of the time, instead of saying IGST, I would say ITGST and then again make the video from the beginning. Now I don't know why it becomes ITGST. Somehow I add this T in between and make the video again. Or instead of saying CGST or SGST, something or other I say and then again I have to make the entire video. That's how it works. Like in YouTube, we cannot make mistakes when we are giving final output. My effort is to give or try give clarification on a particular topic, and I try to do that in this video, and I am not sure whether any mistakes are still available in it or not. Thank you so much for watching me. And sometimes, like while making the videos on Indian Constitution, instead of saying article, suddenly sections comes in. So those will go out with without observation sometime, and then finally someone comments saying that you have used the word section instead of article. Yes, we do mistakes. Even after such mistakes, you have accepted me. Thank you so much for that. And we YouTubers always say to subscribe and like, share, comment our videos. What does they exactly mean? Like means if you like this video, please press that like button below, because that gives a feeling to us that you have liked that. And if you don't like, you can press unlike button. I don't stop you. But then if you're giving your comment that why didn't you like, or the reason for that, that will help us to improve in our next video. We cannot definitely work on that video again. I'm not sure how many of them go back and work on the same content. I don't usually do that. But then at least in our future videos, we can do that. That's for like. And comment means, yeah, when you comment saying that sir, you are doing good or you are doing okay, and sometimes people say that you are doing mess out of it. That's okay. We get a feedback that what exactly we are doing, and feedbacks are the most important aspect. And the last thing is share our videos. You can share our videos through Facebook or WhatsApp and many other ways. And if you're doing that, that will be a great help. By now, you must have subscribed my channel. If not, it's your time to subscribe my channel and like, share, and comment my videos. All the very best for your exams or whatsoever purpose you're watching me. And thank you so much.